Scenic views of downtown Traverse City, Michigan, on the shores of Lake Michigan. We're here at the Traverse City Curling Club for the 2024 USA Curling Mixed Doubles National Championship. Throughout the week, 16 teams have been vying for the right to represent the United States at the 2024 Mixed Doubles World Championships in Östersund, Sweden. We are through the round-robin play and now on to the playoff rounds. Here you see the bracket as filled out so far. TC and Dropkin, and Anderson and Richardson with the byes as the one seed from their respective pools. Into the semifinals, Geving and Schuster will be taking on Persinger and Casper in one side, and the other, Kim Rime, Jason Smith, waiting on their opponent, which will be decided in our feature matchup, the only matchup going right now, between Anderson and Stopera, Hamilton. Tyler George here in the booth, joined by competitor for the week, Brianna Weldon, kind enough to join for this broadcast. Brianna, thanks for coming in and having some fun with us.
Happy to be here. Sad not to be on the ice anymore, but glad to contribute in any way I can.
Yes, we're always sad not to be out there, but we make the most of it afterwards.
That's right.
I've been on this side of it many, many times, trust me. So Sarah Anderson, Andrew Stopera, Matt Hamilton, and Becca Hamilton both finishing with a 5-2 record in the B pool for the round robin. A four-way tie for first place resulted in tiebreaker going to head-to-head with the top two teams from their pool, Anderson, Richardson, and who was the other team from the B pool? Geving and Schuster.
Geving and Schuster.
I got it now.
There we go.
2-1 in that group versus the other three teams. And these two teams both 1-2 against the pack. That one win, Brianna, for Matt and Becca was against Andrew and Sarah. So they have at least the 1-0 head-to-head advantage from this week.
Only wait here.
That's right, Tyler. And we were in this pool, too, and when we looked at these competitors, we knew it was going to be a tight race on the top, and it turned out that way. So I'm excited to see how this game goes between these two teams.
Yeah, based on historical results from the teams involved in the pools, the B side, definitely a very strong pool. The pool of death, as they call it in World Cup play, even though there's only two. So you end up in a meat grinder on that side. Early miss from Becca Hamilton has the Hamilton's chasing a little bit. That rock stops in the top 12s for Andrew Stopera.
We know as much experience as these four players have, anytime you're the only team out there on the ice, and especially in a do-it-or-die game, you feel that adrenaline a little bit in the first end.
It's fine, Matt.
And no question about that. I can tell you the first rock that I threw in the Olympics was supposed to be a draw underneath the corner guard, and I think it's still going somewhere around Seoul to the point that John and I were laughing in the middle of the game. So, yeah, the playoff rounds or the major tournaments, the first rock, you're absolutely right. That adrenaline definitely gets going.
Yep.
I think it was probably at least hack on that throw.
Nothing like a hack-away draw.
I got to look it up sometime to see exactly where that rock went, but it might still be going. I don't know. So not a bad draw there from Matt Hamilton on the intern side. Taps that rock off of the button. But open for Andrew Stopera.
All there for weights.
Hamilton with hammer in this first end.
Yep.
Back 8.
Clean. Curl.
Seems to be coming in nicely.
Yeah, turning over now.
Curl.
Well managed there by Andrew. Good call by Sarah.
Yep.
Gets the bump and roll in. Really good position for the red squad. Red in rocks, red in jackets. We like that coordination.
Yeah.
It makes it easy for commentary.
That's right.
And Brianna, we've done a dozen games on this sheet so far this week. So we have a PhD in sheet C at this point. And we've seen consistently throughout that the speed going down, and we were told on other sheets this was the case at certain points. But going down in the odd ends, especially on this side of the sheet, has been faster than coming back towards the glass in the even ends by up to a half second.
Definitely a little bit faster
Do you like that out turn
going
again, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
and a little bit straighter on one side than the other. That was a nice hit by Matt to clear up the top of the house and get some control back in this end.
Yeah, trying to give themselves a chance, not just to score, but with those hangers on in the back, maybe put up a multiple point end.
Giving
And
you a touch less ice here.
Stopera now playing the out-turn draw, and they'd like to at least tuck a piece of this on this side, probably top 8 to top 4. Unlikely they would want to guard against a possible three-point end.
Definitely not. And they want to stack these rocks up so they can
They're
create
heavy.
some jam opportunities with those back
Top 4,
yellows.
Okay.
Top 4.
Line's okay.
Weight's
room,
good.
room.
Angles
Top
and
4.
rocks above the tee line.
It's a
That's the
secret to
name of the
mixed
game.
doubles.
Top 4 T.
We're breaking the news to you right now, folks.
Girl.
Trying to finish this to get a piece underneath. Not too bad.
It's a pretty good shot.
No, they're about
Close.
that far apart.
Matt could
Probably throw
probably
control
see
to
enough of this to
normal and
get them both moving.
Okay.
Right?
I think so, yeah. They're talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
normal weight.
What,
much
3
you
Not
quarters?
going to get a
That's it.
ton of finish once it
Three-quarters?
gets
What?
by the guard. but
No.
Get all the
Probably
way
enough to
three-quarters
move them
and
both.
Yeah, half.
What'd you say, this far?
I'd say that, yeah. A little more than that, like 4 inches.
I like it.
Okay, I do too.
Just control it.
So just control, we hear the last call from Matt. Not quite normal, but probably erring on the normal side.
Yeah, I think the control weight to get a little more curl.
Whoa! Whoa, close! Whoa!
Tight to the guard, but well made.
Nice
Really
Oh,
shot,
nice
great
by
shot
Matt.
by Matt. Gets them both out. Shooter does go out, but would have been awfully tough to keep the shooter and get both those reds to go.
Oh, yeah.
Probably would have had to play it with board and,
Then
and
I don't
not
know.
clear them. It
Yeah,
would
I
have
don't-
just moved them out of the 8-foot maybe.
That's right, and you
You're
don't
just
want
gonna roll
to
next
leave
to
that
it,
many
though.
rocks
You're never
hanging
gonna
around the
have
back.
Okay. So just the freeze right to it.
I like that. I mean,
Okay.
if
Freeze
you
right
want to
to it.
hit.
I like the freeze, just make sure I'm to it.
Okay.
So, seeing like this ice here probably.
Okay.
This is a tough setup for Matt because the fans on the ice are so far away from him. It's really hard to have that chat that he likes to with the people in the stands. So if you see him disappear from time to time, it's
a little heavy.
not for any reason, but
Probably
it's
that.
he doesn't have to
Think
yell
so.
across to them in order to have conversation with the patrons.
Right into the pocket's good.
He definitely feeds off the crowd, that's for sure.
Yes, he does. And that can be a good thing for your team as long as you're still focused on the game. That positive energy that Matt brings. You need that clown, you need that fire up every once in a while.
Just for line.
Sarah Anderson, final stone for her team for the
Back
first
four.
end, just playing
Line's
the
okay.
freeze to these rocks
Always
in the
straight,
back
though.
of
To it.
the 8-foot.
Little bump, maybe.
Too risky just to play the clean
How heavy?
draw.
Back 12, back almost
She
through.
definitely doesn't want to bounce here.
If it does, they need to get to the pocket at least. A double click would be okay.
Well, that might.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's like a really weird spot.
Think
Yeah,
it's
it's
worth it
a
or not?
really strange angle with these stones.
happens
If
if
you
I
could
nose
get
it?
to nose,
Just goes over the top, or do you
you
think
could get it over the top, as Becca's saying.
You know, it
That's
might
right.
go.
You're going to lose that yellow, though.
If you get to the nose, it's probably hitting this too hard to come up. Probably just go for your one.
Matt seems to
think
think
there's
it's not
anything
there
you
for
do.
2. I'm not positive, but there's not a lot of risk either way. You're never giving up, obviously, more than a steal of 1 if you miss. And I think if you hit it,
going for one?
now if you hit it thin enough that it jams on the back, the shooter might be rolling away.
Yeah, and I think you just so much of this game is just managing the risk and when do you take the risk and when do you don't. And they clearly feel like they want to get this one here.
So final stone, Becca Hamilton playing the intern draw for a single point.
It's hot.
Pretty good.
Do we need backing?
This line is probably the
Yeah.
fastest one on this sheet too, Brianna.
Oh, yeah.
That we've
If
seen
we need
throughout.
it, you gotta go. If not,
entire
then don't.
week.
Whoa!
Matt thinks they might need backing. So
Whoa.
Becca calling the line for it. Looks like it's going to be right on that red stone.
Right to the nose of it.
So well managed there on the throw. Good call on the weight from Matt. Good call on the line from Becca. And a single point for the Hamiltons to lead 1-0 after 1.
Twin Cities Orthopedics is ready to go with more doctors, specialty services, and convenient urgent care locations. Ready, set, TCO. Twin Cities Orthopedics is ready to go with more doctors, specialty services, and convenient urgent care locations. Ready, set, TCO.
After the force to 1 in the first end of play for the Hamilton siblings, they lead 1-0 over Sarah Anderson and Andrew Stopera. First time with the hammer for Sarah and Andrew.
It's just a tap.
I like the tap.
Which turn you throwing?
I think the in.
We'll see where that rock ended up here
In and I'll
at some
probably
point.
Back 8, wait.
Yeah, back 4, back 8's good.
Sarah will be throwing a shot down to the house, to where the rocks are.
It sounds like she's trying to tap, so maybe Becca glued one on there.
It's a tap, folks.
Yes!
It's really light.
On the guard. Whoa, whoa,
like-
girl.
And this one way tight out of hand.
Tight and light.
Boy, that's not
Yep, keep it
Sarah's
going,
best
keep it
on that
going.
one. I'd like to say that it grabbed something, but it looked like that was on that path right from the start.
Yeah, sometimes in the early ends, if you
Like
get
GPS?
off that draw path that everyone warmed up during practice, you might
Yeah.
find a fresh spot.
Unusual miss there, and you see the perfect freeze by Becca Hamilton that started that end. So now
You know, wait.
that position that happens so much with mixed doubles, the first shot of the end, way more important than you would think, because one miss with rocks already being in play, and you're chasing your opponent throughout the end, which doesn't last very long.
418.
That first
Little
shot
line.
is
Yeah.
definitely critical, and it sets the tone for the whole end, really.
Right off. Right off.
So this one looks like it's in the good stuff, and it's running really nicely.
Never straight. Weights there.
And we have seen a little more curl on this side of this sheet throughout,
Way to
but
go.
this one trying to turn. Not too bad. Doesn't unlock the stone. The plus side for the Hamiltons.
I
But,
might have gotten there if I just give you a touch less, more like a little.
and I can tell you this team, Brianna, from watching them now, this is the fourth game we've had of theirs because we switched the feature for their game in the last round robin game. I think Andrew has thrown more hits than any player in this tournament. They like to bail early. They don't like getting in trouble and staying away from big ends. And Andrew loves to play the hit, loves to play that run back and play a more open game. Difficult to do with doubles, but between him and Corey Dropkin, probably throwing more hits this week than any players in the field.
Yeah, and I think that's such a misconception of doubles is you might think, oh, that's not a game where you throw hits, but you do see a lot of them out here. And it's about controlling the angles and knowing when to hit.
And those hits happen more often than not following a miss from your team or from either team, because otherwise so much of the makes are just positioning stones in the 4 foot, the top of the 4 foot, where you're forced into playing that shot. You really don't have much option.
Yep,
That's right.
A little bit. Yep, a little bit.
This one's curling in nicely.
A little more.
Yeah, neither team having much trouble with the speed going back towards the glass. A lot of misses that we've seen early in the game on this sheet have been short because of the difference in speed. So maybe there isn't a whole lot of difference going back towards the glass from going away this game.
Or maybe their 9th game in, we finally figured it out.
That's entirely possible. I can tell you that through the end of the round robin that had not been the case on this sheet. But whichever team picked up on it always got the advantage earlier in the game. So Stopera playing the run again. Nose might get all three.
Thank you.
Just a hair on the high side. So still counting 2 for the Hamiltons.
I think they'll be pretty happy to put up another guard, probably on the center line again.
I agree with that.
Matt saving some time, just firing out of the hack.
419.
Hamilton with another intern guard.
It's pretty close. 2.
Heavy queen. Just heavy queen. Mine's great.
The 2018 mixed doubles Olympic team trying to secure their spot in the playoff round.
Anything?
Whoa.
Not a bad spot. Takes away the correct side of the Yellowstone to not leave
Do I ever
the
take a
double.
rip? I've got a thin half.
Yeah,
How far does that yellow spin? I mean, it's probably the run.
Yeah, you got the run.
I think the run is still good because it's really tough to hit that in a spot that doesn't help you. Even if it's
I have
nose, they all go. If
half,
it's a
if you
little
think that's
high,
good,
you're rolling
but
the shooter
okay with
away.
the run.
Yeah, you got this.
So you should do something good playing this if you hit it anywhere close to nose.
I like the run here. I think it makes them all go and doesn't leave any backing for the Hamiltons to freeze onto.
Run back attempt again from Stopera.
This one looks like a better line. Really
Nice shot from Andrew. Gets them all going. The plus side for the Hamiltons is there is only one shot left for each team, so not much of an opportunity to score more than one for their opponents, which is mission accomplished.
We cannot touch theirs because,
I
obviously.
think any time that happens in mixed doubles, it's mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Go back 4.
Yeah.
Pretty happy with a force at any time in this discipline.
I think just outside edge 4.
I think it's outside edge 4 too.
Okay.
Touch more.
Becca will just try to draw this around those guards and make Sarah chaser.
Intern draw from Becca Hamilton. Final stone for her team this end. She said back 4. I think that's the place that buries, but still
Where is it?
is closest
3-4.
to the button.
Can you curl it?
Heard 3-4 from Matt, so definitely carrying now, though. Even showing half, if you could, on this
Keep going.
line,
There it is.
Brianna,
Watch
would be
the
a
pin
good
now. Keep
teaser.
going.
Absolutely.
going,
Then
Matt.
you
Go
have to
further.
decide
Yep.
what you want to do with it. Pretty good spot.
Yeah, good finish there from Matt. Good weight from Becca.
Yep. Really nice chatter between them all the way down.
We'll see how much they can see of that stone, which may affect what they play.
I had a 14-8 on theirs.
I got 15-2.
Okay, you're probably right.
So heard 14-2 for the
8.
hog to hog, what they expect. So yeah, that's a really good spot, showing maybe half the rock and forcing the draw. So final rock for Sarah Anderson here in the second end. Throwing the intern.
I got there, but
The trick with this one will be is Matt just scrubbed this line, so the weight might be a little different on the long time.
probably max
They're on a
right now.
little wider path, just trying to play the draw to the button path, which will be quicker. 14-4. It's close to what they were trying to throw, but see if it hits the brakes.
I think it's a little much.
Yeah, maybe just a little
Ooh,
misread.
it's close.
That really fudged at the end.
On yellow.
Matt's pretty certain it's one yellow, and that is the call. So another single for the Hamiltons, and they lead 2-0 after 2 ends of play.
14.
And once again, after the second end, we're going to tell you about Steve's Curling Supplies, America's #1 curling equipment supplier for over 50 years. It's proud to support USA Curling. No matter your skill level or budget, they have all the top products from the most popular brands in the sport. Right now, you can save $10 on any purchase of $100 or more when you use the code USACurling10 at checkout. Visit us at stevescurling.com for all your curling needs. 2-0 after 2 ends of play, singles in the first 2 ends for Matt and Becca Hamilton. Sarah Anderson, Andrew Stopera looking to get on the board here in the third with the hammer. Matt and Becca, again, did win the round-robin game against
Touch up, back to it.
Sarah and Andrew, looking to repeat that here in the tiebreaker.
Yep.
Winner will move on to the quarterfinals
I know me.
Okay, whoa.
and face
Whoa,
Jason
whoa.
Smith and Kim Rhyme this evening at
Not at all.
7:30
Yep.
Eastern. Tyler George here with Brianna Weldon.
Yep.
Brianna, I haven't seen a lot of difference
just freeze to
in
it.
speed going
Play you the
away and coming back as we had earlier on this sheet. So maybe with the only game going out on the ice, things have evened out a little bit.
Could be that. It's definitely different when you're the only game out there.
Always felt kind of lonely out there, didn't it?
Oh,
When it's the
lonely,
only game.
lonely and cold.
That's true.
I gotta go for
And
weight.
it
Stop me.
actually usually is a good thing for ice conditions too.
Yes.
The colder it is out there, without the other bodies around, more consistent it is. And you don't see changes late in the game. Say if a sheet next to you ends, they shake early, and then all of a sudden there isn't that extra heat
That's
on
right.
the sheet next to you. That can make a difference on your sheet.
It does.
Maybe not quite as much with less players for the
No.
mixed doubles, but still a factor.
That was a really nice shot by Sarah.
Yeah, really important one too, with
Yep.
taking that position away from Matt and Becca.
I wonder if we'll see Anderson Stopera play a little bit of a different end to try and generate some offense here.
Feels good. Yep, line. Oh man, that just jumped.
Yeah, that one
You
may have
gotta
caught
go.
a spot. Turning over hard.
Hard.
Don't want to stagger the center guards now with the other
Hard, hard,
team.
hard.
Sit.
Shot.
Nose. Wow.
That's not a good stagger.
Try to get to the
So maybe a
nose.
little danger
Is this
now
super
for
wide? I don't know.
Maybe a little tap.
the Hamildens.
So looking for maybe back 8, back 4.
Okay. It's dead buried, so
So back 4 then.
So I'm seeing a miss from Anderson and a miss from Matt Hamilton in the same type of tight miss. Sarah's a little more exaggerated. Matt's with a little more weight probably.
yeah, hair
But
heavy.
maybe just
Back eight.
getting a little closer to the
Back
center
eight.
line. Rock
Close.
takes an earlier
Back
jump.
12.
Close.
Gotta be real tight
Yep,
to the
yep,
guard.
yep. Girl.
Stopera with the in-turn draw now. Weight's all there, trying
Yeah.
to get it to finish.
A little more weight than they were expecting. They were called back 4 weight, and that was more back 8, back 12.
Yeah, you really didn't need to move him that much on that shot, so good chance for Matt to get inside into that pocket after Andrew spread those around a little bit.
It'd be interesting to see what weight they call here. They indicated just like a little hit and roll.
With the right line, it's the same weight. Or do you think that's like?
I think I might just put a pinch light.
In turn, come around for Matt Hamilton.
411. I like it.
Like to push that red stone
Easy, easy, easy.
back a
Okay,
hair.
Line's okay.
That's in the top of
It's
the
got a curl of
forefoot.
its teeth.
Sit in a
Wait.
pocket between the two would be ideal.
Close.
Just
This
see.
looks really good coming in.
Just to it.
Curl.
Little heavy draw.
Yeah, it's
Curl,
curling
curl, curl.
plenty now.
Beautifully
Throw.
done.
Yeah, pretty good. Almost thought they'd sweep that to catch a piece of the other red so that it didn't only bump the other red. Now there's a bit of a hole that they can poke that through.
But
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that
I
was the
guess.
call, and they,
Yeah, like
they
half a
pivoted a
rock?
little bit based on the
oh,
line.
it's thicker than that. For the
Okay.
make it thick, it's like 3/4, 2/3. But
Okay.
Once again, Stopera electing to play the run, or at least the
double peel.
to try to get both of those to go.
And you might catch something on the
Okay.
way out.
out turn.
I was thinking the out turn.
Okay.
Do you want the in turn?
No, it's fine.
Kind of have to hit about 4/5 here, Brianna, to get both of those going and the shooter to roll off. Unless you play it thin over the top, which would be really thin.
Ah,
Nice.
that was unlucky.
Gets those moving.
Same draw,
Actually
just try and get
bumps
to the pocket, yeah.
that red stone back to a freeze. Not a bad result.
Hamiltons are trying to take advantage of that guard still being there and suck another one
Silver
around.
white.
It'd be a really good time to freeze into that pocket now. And you can use the red rock on the right side from the overhead because it's locked on. Even if you bounce off that, it's not moving.
It's not going anywhere.
So yeah, so if you're airing on either side with the weight being there, that's the one that you want to bump.
Okay.
Just cleaning.
Oh,
Down to it.
line's good. Close,
8.
straight.
8.
Line looks really good
Body
here.
straight, just-
Yep, and it looks like back
Yep.
4 weight.
Oh,
Yeah,
8,
easy
9.
now. You definitely want this to cross. That's perfect. Really good shot from
shot,
Matt. That rock's not going anywhere.
No.
good judge.
And just as we mentioned, Brianna, they bumped off of that red on the right side, stayed right where it was, and that rock is in the
You
pocket.
can run it that way.
So we'll see what Andrew and Sarah are thinking.
If I don't make contact, it might be a steal. Oh, they have to guard, and then you probably can make the button. So I think that's it. I like that.
Yeah. You like the out again or the
Yeah.
in?
Sounds like they elected the run. Let's try and loosen up those stones on the back 4.
You heard Andrew say he wants to make contact. Something in the house running this back. Need to unlock that yellow stone on the back of the button. So out-turn run from Andrew. See how many he can get moving. Just the one.
Just the one. The Hamiltons have a great opportunity for a steal here again.
I think over
They're
here.
able to
We're
lock
gonna
this
guard.
on.
Yeah, Matt's looking to
You don't
see
like guarding, though.
if there's anywhere they can throw to possibly set up a steal of more points. As long as you don't move that yellow that's on the button, there's no danger in throwing something in
Yep.
because that rock is never going anywhere, and that's was the key with the previous shot. Stopera saying need to make contact with something.
And they can't.
Now that
they
that's
don't
not
want to
unlocked,
use this one.
that rock's just staying there.
Our yellow is third.
It looks like it
Stand on the
has
back left to
the
step
pin.
in.
Alright.
I believe they're trying to come in with another rock here and sit another counter.
I think so too. They talked about the guard, but
Think you
they
go a
made a
little
good
bit?
point that if you
Yep.
bounce,
Line's good.
if Sarah throws a draw and
wait.
bounces that
Okay,
yellow
keep going
just a
then.
touch, she does get
Yeah,
shot
curl
stolen.
it. You're really bruising the line.
They should come
Whoa,
up.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Getting close.
Here
Needs
comes
to
now.
Right
curl
your
in
nose
a
to that
little
yellow
bit.
mat. Hold straight. Whoa.
Shot back.
Don't want to move it too much.
Nice shot.
Very
That's
nicely
really good.
done.
Now the best that
Good judge, Matt.
Anderson and Stopera can do now is give one with where these sit.
So hit it right here, right?
And that's with a good shot.
Yeah, it's a little scary because this kicks. Hopefully it just plants. But yeah,
I mean, right now, they're sitting 2, right? Yeah, they're sitting 2.
I think it's like pretty much just miss this one and roll into it and kick it out. We give up one because this will always be second shot even if that goes, even if it all goes. It's just one.
What if it's up, you know?
Well, that's why you have to hit this first.
Okay, you like the end.
I was thinking in.
Okay.
I don't think it makes
So Andrew
sense
and
just-
Sarah
I
took
think
some
we should
time to
try
look at
give
the
up
angles there to
one.
try and not give up more than 1 or 2. And what I learned playing them is when they see it,
You
it's
can throw
there.
whatever turn you like, honestly.
No, that's fine.
Always trust the people on the ice.
Just
Yep.
a little bit low, I think. Is
Although
I'm just
we
an
do
ace
like
on
to
my
think
rock.
we know what we're talking about in here too, especially when you've seen the sheet 12 times. That
Well-
does help. But yes, trust the players above and beyond, with the angles out there especially. So Sarah trying to get a couple of these going. You see the major rotation she threw on it. Want to get these two going. Oh, and just ends up being the one. Doesn't make contact with the other stones, so appears to be 2. I'm going to take a little closer look. The inch has definitely gone the Hamilton's way so far.
You can call for a spin if you want.
Now we're 4-0 on measurement calls here in the booth this week.
Good, Matt.
That one doesn't look too close. If they do spin it,
Looks like we've got.
I'm going to stick with Matt's call and say yellow.
Marks
I
are
think
right.
it's yellow too.
Try to run it to 5-0.
Yeah. It looks like we got some of the gold here, and this one goes just off it.
It goes 1. I go, you mean 2? He goes, oh. yeah, 2.
Brando, the other 4 measurements that they had this week in the feature games were really not very close either. So been pretty fortunate
Pay attention.
to not have to be wrong because we're quite certain going in which one is shot. It'd be awfully surprising if this wasn't yellow based on what we're seeing here and the read from Matt Hamilton. Excellent zoom in from the crack staff here at Curling Stadium.
Top-notch camera work.
Oh, you,
I'm going to go back over.
well, you can't now.
Oh, no,
I mean,
okay.
if you hit high, you could give up 4. So like the way you threw it was good.
Yeah, I was
Right.
like, I don't want to be high.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Oh, no,
And I
you
didn't
gotta
wanna
go
be-
this way.
Too low, and clip the other
Yeah.
one first. And then
Right. No, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'd
It
start
was
with
not a
you.
big margin.
Yeah.
You can just
Unfortunately,
swing by
I
and
couldn't
we'll
Take
a
the
look.
long way around here. The scenic route
I
to
just
the
like to see it
Yellowstone.
again 'cause I didn't even see
For
where
sure, yep.
Based
it
on
does-
this, it looks like yellow.
Does appear to be yellow.
Yeah, I guess.
Definitely
I
yellow.
don't even know what just happened, to be honest.
What's the deal? We're just going around in circles or what?
We're going to make the official dizzy here, the merry-go-round.
What?
You wanna have him redo it?
Okay. Yeah. No, go ahead. Yeah, it's yellow.
It is indeed yellow. 5-0 for the booth. And a steal at 2 for Matt and Becca. Now leading 4-0 after 3 ends of play. And with the third end break. Warm Room Hero is more than just software. They're curlers dedicated to building long-term relationships with your club. Warm Room Hero provides continuous support to ensure your website exceeds your members' expectations. Check out Warm Room Hero today at curling.club. That's Warm Room Hero at curling.club. Center line is when it takes that hard turn.
Needs to curl.
Still needs to curl to get to nose of the yellow, but looks good now. That's a really good shot from Andrew.
I don't mind
It's really
peeling.
nice.
We peel. They try this double.
Or
and
1-2.
they're
So
bunch.
we can get draw here.
No, I think the peel's right.
If we draw here though, Matt, we're lying 1, 2, 3, right? Corner
Yeah.
first?
I suppose if we draw there and tap it, it's really good. Right? To jostle it up and maybe be able to throw a hit. I'm cool with that.
A
I
good
think we
time
take a
to
touch less and try and bump it a little.
I
a
think
good time to have some extra discussion here.
How's that 14?
Yeah, they played with good pace so far. They should have plenty of time. And the good thing for Matt is throwing this shot is almost identical to the one that he just threw right down to the weight. And as you heard him say, jostle those a little bit.
They're 93,
Like to
so
tap,
back line.
stay on the inside,
Yep.
probably 3/4 of that stone, and move them around a little bit. And they'd be sitting 3.
Back 8.
Whoa.
Just don't want to overcurl.
Line.
Whoa. Stay close. Whoa.
It's probably through the house
Whoa.
weight with
Whoa.
this, so
On the yellow.
be careful on the weight.
On the yellow.
It's a great result.
Yeah, they are sitting 3, so that's
That's
pretty
great.
good.
Love it.
Yeah, we're just
Good throw.
running out of stone.
Good call on the line there, hitting that in the correct spot to still keep that stone
What kind of weight?
shot rock in the back 8s, but still corner the red as well.
Yeah, you want to sleep with board?
Sure. Even like
And they're-
solid board maybe?
Yeah.
Their plan here is to hit and roll under that garden, and you might have heard Andrew say they're just starting to run out of time to deal with all the yellows that are in the house.
And there you see the
Put a
clocks.
little under.
13:40 remaining, starting with 22 minutes of thinking time for each team, so not drastically low. If you're at 11 minutes at the break, then you're on pace. So.
Well, I think he meant out of rocks to deal with the rocks.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, no problem for either team on their clocks, but yes, in the amount of stones thrown in this end,
Curl.
it runs out very quickly.
Curl. Hard.
Sarah trying to get this across the face to roll
Hard.
in. Starting to
Hard.
curl now.
Hard in the
Gonna
yellow.
be close.
Gets it out of the 8-foot, so they are sitting,
Nice shot.
looks like third and fourth.
Yeah.
Just have to
But
kinda
it
note
looks
it,
like
eh?
Matt might here have a
Bounces in. It's got to be here.
pretty simple double.
I don't know if I get
I think he'll be able to see all of that red from the hack.
Do you want me to hold?
Sure.
What are you throwing?
Firm.
I can
Got to
sweep.
cross nose.
Do you want me to sweep for firm?
No, you hold.
Where do you want? Edge of rock?
Touch less.
So just trying to cross the face a little bit for Matt. Playing the out turn so that you get some curl past the guard. So you don't have to get off the guard in order to play it. It will sit 3 even if the
Whoa.
shooter rolls out. So not real
Whoa.
concerned
Whoa.
about where the
Whoa,
rock
gotta
rolls
curl.
to.
Got a curl.
Hard back. Hard. A little bit.
And that rock
Catch rocks. They can
looks
catch
like
rocks.
it's close on second count. Yellow's definitely won.
1-3. Even if I bump it a touch.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I think Matt just wanted that to curl up a
That's
little bit
never
more.
Yeah, I think it's
Just a fraction.
Yeah, even a half-inch more, and they're probably sitting
Do we wanna
3,
bump it
maybe
a
even
touch just to
4
make
with where that
sure, or-
hit.
Yep.
Not a bad result, though.
I think
Still a
it's us.
shot rock, and that
Okay,
rock
finish
will
straight
have to be
freeze.
moved
Yep.
in order to make the back one count.
And if the Hamiltons probably feel like if they get
Yeah, I think it's us.
a 2 out of Anderson's to pair here on a power play, that's pretty
That's
successful. But
yeah.
Andrew playing the out-turn freeze, and they may try to tap that rock 2-3 inches just to make sure that they're second and third.
It was close.
Mine's okay.
Maybe back 8's weight
Back
with
4.
a couple
Close.
licks of sweep
Can go
would
a
be
touch.
ideal.
Okay.
Back 4. Weight's
Jump,
close.
jump.
they
Only
really
straight.
need to glue this onto one of the
Only
yellows.
straight. Come on.
Yeah, it's really
Hard.
curling hard now.
Hard. Go. Get it by. Get it by. Hard, hard, hard.
Oh.
And touches that top
Not bad.
yellow stone.
The trick will be removing this red with that shrapnel in the back of the
No,
house.
This is fine. Like,
I think you just peel it over the top.
Yeah, awfully thin to play
peel it over the top.
the
They got
double
this
on
for
those
2
two.
somewhere. I mean, they got to hit it soft over the top. I don't hate the peel. if
But
you
with
like
the
it.
4-point lead, I think you do need to clear that stone.
Absolutely.
Wondering if it's sealed.
Here's there's 2 shots. You go soft and try and roll to here,
Okay.
which makes their life tough, or you just peel it, and if you hit it like thin, maybe you touch that one. It's
Show me
really
the
good.
broom.
Peel?
That's for peel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
A pretty safe shot. The one thing you want to avoid if you can is moving shot rock, the yellow one on the top of the 8-foot on the other side,
You see
out of
that
count.
4-foot line, Buck?
Yeah.
If it's running down that 4-foot line,
So half a
really
rock, maybe a
close
little
to it,
less,
that's the
probably misses that rock.
Okay.
So it's like less than a quarter of a rock.
it's less than a quarter. So like when we're on the rock, I can go.
Okay.
So they are going to play for the double if the line is right. So Matt's saying to Becca, if we're on the rock, let me know and I can sweep.
This ice is really sweepable.
Yep.
You can almost hold anything.
Hard. Hard.
Now they'll clear the red for sure.
Good
Does
job.
go underneath.
Oh.
Not a bad shot.
I mean, you can throw like hack. Or like
It's a tricky little hack waiter to try to get to because you have to get it over the top of the red rock in the back.
Well, they really can't touch that one, that red in the back, or it's going to be not shot.
You like that, Matt? Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Sarah likes the intern playing into it. A lot of space to roll
here-ish.
to.
I was thinking a little more.
Okay.
Third of a rock, half
Yeah,
a
like
rock. Half should be safe.
Probably like a thin half.
And I like hack weight.
Like
It gives you a
access
lot of
space somewhere
control
in
over
there?
what's happening.
Yeah, and you don't need to kill that yellow stone. You just need to move it out of the 8-foot, so you have some margin for error with hack weight.
For real, if it's like
A very
quarter,
delicate
you might
shot
be able to- I think quarter might
for
roll.
Sarah Anderson.
Probably a quarter.
Trying to get a 2 to get her team back in this tiebreaker matchup. Final stone of the first half of the game. Anderson, hack weight in turn.
Close.
Probably board.
Close.
Board.
Sounds like it's a little more than they expected.
This will turn
Clean.
now
Whoa,
once it
whoa,
gets
curl.
across.
Curl. Curl. Curl it. Curl it.
Looks real
Whoa, whoa,
close.
whoa.
I think it's good. Oh, overswept actually on the
Oh.
carve and ends up being a single. Well thrown by Sarah, but Andrew got that one moving more than she expected.
Reverse sweep. You ever done
So 4-1 at the break, the Hamiltons lead. And we're halfway through, and it's time for the Broomfitters break. Broomfitters.com is the place for good curling gear and fast shipping on everything curling. For a limited time, take 10% off your first order with the code USA. Visit broomfitters.com. Second half of our tiebreaker matchup here at the 2024 Mixed Doubles National Championship. Traverse City, Michigan at the Traverse City Curling Club. Tyler George with Brianna Weldon, and Brianna with this 4-1 lead for Matt and Becca Hamilton over Sarah Anderson and Andrew Stopera. Probably in all-out steal mode for the red squad. Really running out of time, 4 ends to go, and down by 3 without hammer. I think you're going to see a pretty aggressive steal.
Absolutely, and this first shot from the Anderson Stopera will be really critical to getting that steal. And I think it's important for us to remember that they've already used their power play, and they only got 1.
That is very important, and for Hamilton and Hamilton, they still have theirs remaining. So one of these last 4 ends, they'll be facing a setup that's very difficult to steal against.
That's right, and sometimes the power play can be used defensively too. And I'm sure if the Hamiltons have the hammer again, they'll be using it in that way.
Top 8.
Always straight. Always straight.
Sarah Anderson throwing this out-turn draw. See how far it carries. John Landsteiner, it's always faster after the break when they use that mop.
Good sweep, Andrew. Good sweep. Good sweep.
Gets all the way to the top of the 8-foot.
Okay.
It's not a bad result.
I think so.
In-turn draw attempt from Becca Hamilton. Really would like to get inside of that top 8 stone that Anderson
Careful.
threw.
Careful.
Light.
Okay, only for weight. Take a.
It's really close now. Top 4.
Still gliding.
No, just top 4.
Line really good now. Great shot from Becca. Settles in
Good job, Beck.
right
on the button.
Just to the nose.
Have to move that stone in order to get shot rock now for
How- what
Anderson
kind of
Stopera.
Sorry.
Probably just a
How deep?
freeze first though,
They're
Brianna.
splitting
Freeze first. They don't really want to tap this and create space for the Hamiltons to push it off.
Andrew Stopera following Becca Hamilton's shot on the
Little
in-turn
heavy.
side.
Okay. Close on line.
Just for line right now.
Close. Yep. Yep.
Don't want to go.
This is turning a little earlier.
Yes.
Need
for
to go
line.
for
Wait, close
line.
now.
Yes. Hard. Hard line. Hard.
Really
come
tight to
on,
that
come
stone
on,
on the
you
top of
got
the
it.
8s. Chips and rolls off, and now a little trouble for
You had it by.
Sarah and Andrew. You kind of saw that turn halfway down where it went, didn't glide like the previous ones did.
No,
Say
it
whatever you
didn't.
see, you played this in the first end, remember?
Yeah.
So,
Problem is, he's just so good at throwing those like runs and stuff. Like if I
but if we can roll
if I
under
don't
that red,
kill it, all right. But if I don't kill it, he can throw somehow like triple run.
I don't think you're real concerned
if we can
about
roll, though,
the run right
the
now.
red back, it
if you're
catches
Matt
that
and
yellow,
Becca.
This one.
Andrew hasn't made a lot of them, but even if he makes it, it's still just clearing your stones, and there's no steal opportunity. And if you ever do play the run and hit it
Just through.
just for appeal,
Just through.
now you can play it as open as you like and avoid a steal
Just through.
for
Mine's
certain.
okay. It's got a curl.
Well, Matt's just showing a little respect for his opponent and his shot-making ability, which is
Curl
nice. Always nice to do out there on
Curl
the
it.
ice.
Come on. More.
Nah, don't do that.
More.
Don't let him think they're any good.
Okay. It's all right.
It does move that to the back of the 4-foot.
Shoot.
Nice upturn.
Just didn't want
Now
to
an
go. I
opportunity to
definitely did not take a ton of ice.
draw
Just
into that
Gonna
pocket.
Run similar.
Straighter on this side.
And even if they
Okay,
make
yep.
this draw perfect on the out-turn, the Hamiltons still have that in-turn tap right into it.
So out-turn freeze for Stopera. You don't really want to move that rock back because if it unlocks, there's a short little run-in for Matt and Becca on the in-turn side.
Line's close.
A freeze is their best
For
friend.
line right now.
Okay.
T line. Weight's
Yeah,
close.
anything
Okay.
that's settled into those 2 stones will
Okay.
take 2 rocks
T,
to
top 4.
move. Matt and Becca only have
Line
3
now.
remaining.
Weight's real good.
Curl. Curl it in. Close, straight, straight, straight. Yep. Good spot.
Oh, it just
Good
came
position. But yes, a little short.
a little short. Now they have this tap. If they can tap it behind.
There is U.S. Olympian and world champion and Swiss Helm. And he's worn a lot of coaching hats this season, worked with Wes Wendling and his young charges at the World Championships a few weeks prior, making the playoffs. And he all bundled up. That far end of the ice is colder for the coaches than the near end, right under that draft.
That intake vent.
Similar weight to what you just threw. Same weight. Yep.
So Matt's just trying a tap here.
Matt trying to peek around on either side to see the line.
You know, it's really hard. You can't see through legs.
Hard! Right to it! Take the
There's
shooter.
this chip with plenty of weight.
I don't hate that.
Button's open.
Yeah, the pin may be accessible, so a
Wondering if I
tap
just play it with
could
some
be a
weights
good
so she
steal
gets out of there.
opportunity now.
Lose this one.
If they're able to just lock one on there, I don't see how the Hamiltons remove it.
Yeah.
Maybe with the in
It
off.
could be the in-off
that's
there. And of course, the
Really-
venerable
really
Mark
flat
Lazar.
Yeah,
Like,
At
I'm
the
wondering
near
if it's like
end,
a 10-5
Mark drew the
hit, like,
long straw
Okay.
to be on the warmer end of
Like, I think half's pretty close.
the sheet.
Yeah,
And we
half-
said in the
half
previous
10
draw
pounds.
watching Mark, you can always tell how cold and how angry he is by if his arms are crossed or not.
Ah, yes.
Right now, that's pleasant for Mark.
Edge of 4 is great. Yeah.
He's enjoying himself. Outside of his team needing to pick up a few points to get back in this.
I think they just decided on the straight draw. Nope. I was totally wrong.
Yeah, and that's the tendency for, again, Stopera likes to play more weight than less
Sarah, you
when
gotta go.
he gets the
Hard.
opportunity.
Hard!
I agree. I don't really
Hard,
like
hard,
the
hard,
amount
hard,
of weight
hard,
that they
hard.
played at this shot.
Oh, no.
There's not a lot you can do with the sweeping on that type of weight, and your margin for error is very small playing more weight there.
Okay.
So that's one you'd maybe like to see just a tap.
Even okay, Beck.
At least it's not all or nothing.
That's right. So if the Hamiltons are able to freeze this, this might be end over.
15 probably.
A big shot here for Matt Hamilton. Can lock this on the button, almost assuredly going to be a score
Or 16.
I had it.
I like the
at the
weight.
very
I
least
think the
for
line's
Matt and
okay,
Becca.
maybe a touch tight. Yep.
I like the weight. It's there.
Post.
Little
Want to
tap.
be
back
sure
4.
on line,
Whoa,
no
whoa.
matter what. Got to be by.
Back 4, back 8.
Whoa.
Doesn't
Whoa.
look like
By.
that's a problem.
A little heavier than they wanted, I think,
Whoa.
coming in here. Needs to curl up a bit.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, not too bad. Still probably a score.
My foot
So
started
now
to
if you're Sarah and Andrew, you're just trying to force at this
Here.
point.
Yeah,
And we're second.
they're drawing out turn for,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what? Back 8 weight?
She's not angry with you, Matt. She's just, she knows how forceful you have to be talked to get you to
I threw
listen.
This, 2 ends ago, and it stayed straight. I think I was heavy.
I can identify with Becca.
It was
I
the one that we
understand.
capped off our top 4, my top 4.
Somewhere out there,
When they had
Jen
staggered
Hamilton,
guards.
I can identify with you as well.
So I don't think he'll get the crazy finish that they're getting either.
It's not a bad result there for Matt.
Back
Takes
four, back
the
eight.
important position on top of the button. So for Sarah Anderson, just trying to tap that stone off the back of the button to sit second and make score of more than 1 difficult. Her final stone for her team in the 5th.
You're back 8, back 12. Back 12.
Close.
Weight's good for a
Close.
Back
tap.
12 through.
Line's a little tight and it's starting to turn.
Curl. Curl it.
A lot of weight though.
It is a lot of weight. I think it's just going to spin off.
Oh, wait.
And does roll off, so
Kind of that awkward spot where I touch it, it might go to that.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. If you throw it with like back line to hack,
Okay.
it's gonna go through this hole.
looking at the shot for 3
Okay, where do you like the broom?
on this path.
'Cause
If
you
it
can do
over
this for
curls,
two,
you're
that's
still
right.
getting
Yeah,
2.
right? So I think you
Yep.
take it like
That's
there
what
with
Matt's
like
saying, too.
hack.
Anywhere from
And just let me
3/4
sweep it.
high with hack to nose or even half a rock on the inside of it. You should get a minimum of 2. It could be 3. So pretty safe shot. You'd normally say, well, if you get your 2, you're up by 5, you're in great shape, but there's not a lot of risk in playing this shot.
No, there isn't.
I think I can keep it straight.
Okay.
Final stone of the 5th. Becca Hamilton, hack weight, hit for a possible 3.
I like, come on. Whoa, don't kill it. Don't kill it. Whoa,
You
whoa.
really
ah!
hold things on this line.
Yeah,
if you're
wide
not
is
careful.
Yeah,
Curl
wide
it!
is the only side
Curl
you
it!
don't want to be.
Hard! Hard!
Not trying to get it to go.
Keep
Still
going!
hanging.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Beauty back.
Oh, really
Oh,
good.
what a
Great
shot.
shot by Becca. 3 times for the Hamiltons. Their lead grows to 7-1 after 5 ends of play.
Oh, sorry.
Commanding lead now for Matt and Becca Hamilton. Great shot by Becca on her final
Where
stone.
is it?
3 points.
A little bit.
Now 7-1
Line's fine.
Top
for
4.
Sarah Anderson and
Whoa,
Andrew
sec, whoa, sec,
Stopera.
whoa, sec. Looks all there.
Tyler George
It's
here
the
with
other side.
Brianna Weldon, and
Whoa,
Brianna
careful.
6 points, even in mixed doubles.
No, no, don't touch
Pretty
it.
big deficit to try to overcome with 3 ends to play.
No.
It is, and they don't have their power play anymore either. They used it in the 4th. But I wouldn't expect to see the Hamiltons take the foot off the gas here.
In turn.
Good job.
Push turn.
In turn.
That's how it's behind you.
Little tap on that first stone from
You forget how much.
Becca. Matt feeling like he bruised it a little bit.
Yes, she does.
Some choice words for himself.
We're pretty close. T-line.
Sarah following now
Line's
with
okay.
the in-turn draw, opposite side.
Like to go. Weight's close.
Okay. Line's okay. Straight, 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 straight.
Slice.
Yep, go, 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 go.
Andrew's trying to carry this as far as he can.
Just a biter underneath
Just kind of lost that
the
one.
center guard. It's not a bad spot if you can somehow find a way to make it count.
Great straight, great straight.
But immediately we're going to see a come-around draw probably from
If the weight's okay,
Matt
I'd
Hamilton.
love to get it as far over to our yellow as we can
For sure.
once we're by.
And it sounds like they're going to try and curl it to freeze it on the one they already have in the 4-foot. Andrew's made some spectacular run backs, so they're maybe protecting against that.
4-0.
Easy, man. Don't even touch it.
plenty
I
of
know
weight
it's
here.
It's not crazy, Matt.
Don't even touch it. It's always curl. It's always curl.
I don't want to go.
Trying to get this to hit the brakes. Don't want to be too deep.
Distance. Distance. Shoot.
Settles in the top of the forefoot. Nice weight from Matt, but just a little on the wide side.
4 foot though.
Sometimes when it's a little heavy out of hand, if you don't have it clean, it can pick something up and slow down.
Back 8, back 12.
I think that's what happened there.
A hair less.
Yeah.
It's a good chance for Stopera to try to tap this rock to the back of the rings and roll in.
A hair light.
Close, yep, line,
I love this downweight shot, as long as they can hold it.
clean, close.
Light.
Yeah, this will turn on this line.
Yep.
There it goes.
Hard.
Almost
Big
like
roll off,
we've
big
seen
roll
that a
off.
few times before on this sheet.
Not bad.
I don't hate that, or I don't
It's like
mind
cheating
this.
watching a dozen games
I mean,
in
they're
a
gonna
row
have
on
that,
that
but-
sheet.
Well, it
Lot of
speaks
reds
to
in
the
there.
quality of our ice makers that the ice is this consistent through the whole event, that you know
Thinking if they
exactly
draw
what's
in
going to
there after
happen
we
on
hit
this
that,
sheet.
then
Yeah,
we
if
follow
it
'em
changed
out.
game to game, then I look dumb. So it helps a
Whatever
bunch
you see,
here.
though, Matt. I mean, the
My
draws.
gut was the draw. Like
Okay,
if we were
let's
in a
see that.
tight game, we'd be drawing, right?
Yeah, let's draw. You want to go the way you just did, or come?
Yeah, the way I just did.
Okay.
This is a lot of
Chance to really get a death
Okay.
grip on this end and this game. If Matt's
what you
able
like.
to
I'll get you
get
there.
one into the top of the forefoot on this line, even top 8 foot that staggers underneath.
Yeah, you know you're doing something right
410.
when you're the team that's
I
up
like the
and you're
way.
making the other
Nice.
team hit.
I think I'm gonna have to go.
Switch. Go for distance.
It's pretty light.
Hard then.
A good line on this one based on what we've seen.
Yep, and here it comes to make the turn. Both of them sweeping to try and
Keep
drag it
foot.
to the forefoot.
Come on.
I think they're going to get it there.
Good.
You don't want to create a pocket here. That gets by the other one, so good spot.
Just try to get through.
She
this.
calls it tooth.
Just our angles are all off.
A lot of the other
We're never getting
competitors
that
who have been
out.
eliminated are out there on the ice watching, and Matt definitely feeding off the energy of the
timeout.
crowd.
Well,
Yeah, it's a third man in the commentary
move this one
booth,
first.
Matt Hamilton.
This one first, sit right here.
I don't think we can make that with the right weight. Timeout.
Sure. I think we move this though.
Take a
like,
listen
try
in
to
here.
I'm going like this though. Like I'm never the weight I have to play to make this. I'm just like this is never getting past there.
Yeah.
And then how are we getting that 5 out? Just feel like if I play the 1, I make it perfect. I still am not sure if the 5 is out of there, the 2 is, and they're just drawing to like 3 still. Okay.
You threw this line a bunch.
What's the best result? Is it?
I think it's trying to get this one to the nose.
I mean,
right
because I
here.
could also make it onto here, and that's way better because the guard's gone at least.
I think hitting it here is great.
My only worry is that it just leaves I mean, we'll be able to score and maybe get 2. It leaves a pretty easy double
Yeah.
if it goes. But I think it's all pretty
Close.
You know.
You like in or out?
in.
Okay.
So trying to run,
Like firm.
Yeah.
move these
okay,
rocks
touch the
around
nose
as much as they can. If you can hit just off nose on the yellow guard, you might be able to spill the 2 yellows that are on the button. Needs to get up a little. Maybe over curling now.
Oh, that's not good.
A wall of yellow stones now around the
Two shots
button.
Back, I can do this.
I don't like that. I like getting on top of these. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you like that?
Matt and Becker are just continuing to choose the
They got a real
aggressive
tough score if you
shot.
Put one right on top of those yellows.
They feel like they're making them, so they're going to throw them.
Similar
That was the conversation they had
I'll
with
see if
Coach
you have
Ann
both sides
Swisshelm
light.
during that last time out. Was we're just making
Okay,
these
we can tap
draws.
it too. Doesn't
As
matter.
long as we're making them, there's no reason to
Ideally, you
not
wanna be in
keep
between the two?
the pedal down and keep
Okay,
attacking.
remember the one that we swept is a little further
That
back,
is the
so.
best defense in mixed doubles anyways, is to continue to attack with draws. They've done that the entire game.
You know, sometimes you see that in curling. You get a big lead, you
4-11.
change your strategy, and all of a
I
sudden
like-
it's
I
not
think it's
going
there.
well. So
One more line.
Top 8.
kudos to them for keeping with
One more
what's
line.
working.
You're ready to curl it.
Another in-turn draw to the 4-foot area.
Wait
Get
till
better.
there.
Straight, 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 straight. Whoa.
And just
Whoa.
tap that yellow a hair and sit on top of the others.
Good sweet.
Well, that score is getting a lot tougher now.
If I stick it, it's relay.
Would expect
I have a stick
Andrew
it,
to
it's really
try
good.
something here to open up some real estate in the 4-foot.
Like I have to, I can't get,
Hit it right here.
yeah, it's peeled too.
Yep.
I think it's the out.
Yep.
I took a scroll through the comments in the YouTube during the timeout and appreciate everyone who's watching both this and the Briar. I don't know how you're doing it. I get lost watching 2 games at once.
Oh, it's easy. That's just 2 of my 4 screens I have going usually. There you see some of the competitors from the competition and some of the VIP fans as well. Stopera playing the run, trying to move as many of these as possible. Gets a red into the 4-foot somehow with that, but
4. I don't really
Still,
wanna touch
yeah, I
can
think Becca's
smack it
right.
and
The
go
yellow's
like
still
that. I
4.
don't want to risk even touching
I don't know that you really want to move it.
3.
No,
This is lined up. They can't hit anything.
We're sitting 4.
So if you hit the top stones, that yellow's just going into the red
Have this
the
for
entire
right now.
time, so the red actually hurts them in that
Guard this
spot
one because
probably,
he might,
but
he
Yep.
might be able to
there
hit
is a
this
chip.
like here.
Okay, show me the broom. I think it.
guard
could
here.
just kill it too.
It's easier to go this way.
well, they
This
talked
turn curls
about
a
it,
lot.
but they don't want to
You gotta guard
accidentally
the
put the
outside
red
edge. I think
in
it's like
for
there.
them.
Okay.
So it sounds like they're just trying to block that chisel.
Yeah, Andrew's trying to figure out if there's a way in on the outturn side, probably with the
A
run in,
Columbia?
the angle run on the corner guard.
I think a little less than that.
Right in
I
between.
think they're happy leaving him that shot against the loss.
Go ahead.
So Becca just throwing the, we believe, outturn guard on that red stone to try to take away
Yeah.
A lot of weight.
the
What'd
chip
you have?
on the red stone.
What?
09. Feels
Where
like
is
a
it?
3.
Whoa then. Whoa. Whoa. Let it sit.
They're just letting that work in.
Whoa.
Just be in front of the.
It's gotta sit.
Don't need to sweep it at all. Waits there and it's starting to over curl. But as long as it takes the outside of the red stone away,
Good enough.
that's what they're looking for. So pretty good shot.
Just like that.
I think you're right about the diamond.
Could it come in this?
Sometimes with those shots, the line is way more important than where it ends up in terms of a guard or biting.
Well, do you think if it taps, would it be shot? Like, would this be shot if it just stuck? Might be shot.
Not sure.
It might roll a little.
Can you hit the backside ever? Just get this to here. I mean, it's that or it's this, which I'm not sure is there, and I think it's harder.
I agree. I think that's much harder.
I mean,
The
that's
angle run in is there on that angle,
so this is
but
pretty much what? Pretty much on the nose.
they're electing to play this yellow-red instead. I don't know that this one's easier than the run-in, honestly.
No, it's shorter.
Yeah, just because it's less distance doesn't mean that the angles play well enough to make it.
Yeah, so
like
10.
I don't think you're gonna get enough. Like, if you play tapped weight, I don't think it curls enough to get to this.
Yeah. So a 10-5, and this is pretty much nose, right? I mean, a little this side of nose, right?
The Hamiltons did an
This
excellent job at leaving them in very difficult
like,
shot for
if
one.
you go nose, you're just
Maybe.
planting
No,
it here.
sorry, I was thinking this nose right here. I think that's pretty close. Right?
Yeah, I think it's a touch low, if anything.
You think it's here?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, let's make
because
it.
you want to hit this like
I think it is possible to score with this shot.
maybe a little thicker.
I was thinking thicker.
Pretty
than
close to
four.
nose, as Sarah said.
Yeah. So 10.
I'm just not sure how that red is going to roll off the
Like this
top
ice?
yellow in the 4-foot.
Well, you threw this 10-5 this
It
way.
was pretty straight,
and it
but
didn't
I was.
move on you, right? It was
I don't
straight?
think it's touching
Moved a
those. The
little
one
bit,
that's
I
on the
was a
top of
little
the
past where I
button is the
wanted
one
to
they
be.
need
It
to
got, like,
miss.
I don't know. a
It
half
has to
rock
just get
curl
clean
maybe.
back to that rock in the back of the 4-foot. I mean, I'd rather be yellow.
I'd rather be yellow.
Yep. Like, I think it's just a sliver low in nose, maybe nose.
Game is on the line here with this shot.
would be the shot of the week, right up there with Kim Rhymes' final stone in the extra end, the round robin to get the victory. So we'll see what Sarah Anderson can come up with. Final stone, 6th end, looking for a close to nose on this run back.
Yep. Hard. Whoa, whoa,
Trying to hold the line. It's close now.
Girl.
And held it a little too good, I think.
Oh.
Ends up being 2 more for yellow.
Really matters that it's just 2. Yeah, it's just 2.
2 it is.
You good?
Yes.
So 9-1 the score,
Good game. Good luck.
and that's good enough.
Good game. Good luck.
Hamilton and Hamilton get the 9-1 victory.
Back up.
They will move on to the quarterfinals tonight at 7:30 for Andrew Stopera and Sarah Anderson. That will be the end of their tournament.
Sorry.
So Brianna, really a clinic there from Matt and Becca. Had Andrew and Sarah chasing the entire game, really good rock positioning. And like you said, anytime you're the ones that are drawing and your opponent's playing runs, then you're probably in good shape.
That's right. They really put on a good lesson for everyone here and showed their experience in mixed doubles. The fans clearing out. We will have them back in the building this evening with the 2 quarterfinal matchups. Matt and Becca will be involved in those games, and here you see the completed playoff bracket. Geving and Schuster taking on Persinger and Casper in 1 quarterfinal matchup. Ryman Smith will take on the Hamiltons on the other side. The Geving, Schuster, Persinger, Casper winner will play the defending world champions, Corey Teesey and Corey Dropkin, in the semifinals. And on the other side, Taylor Anderson, Ben Richardson awaiting the Rhymes Smith Hamilton winner. We will see you back here at 7:30 tonight at the Traverse City Curling Club. For Tyler George and Brianna Weldon, we will see you this evening. Thanks for watching. Thank you, everyone.